Today we're going to do a review on this gun right here. This is the Taurus PT-22. This is chambered in 22 long rifle. So let's get into a short history of this gun, man. A lot of people believe this gun was modeled after the Beretta 21 Bobcat. There's certain similarities externally. There might even be some internal similarities, but a lot of the design is a little bit different as well. But for the most part, for the sake of the video, you can go ahead and call it a clone of the Beretta 21. But like I said, if you look it up, there's definitely some differences there. All right, so like this gun came out. Some places, some websites will have it debuting in 92. Others will say 91. So around 91, 92, that's when the Taurus PT-22, that's when it debuted. All right. This was one of Taurus's first handguns that they made in the United States, as you can see, made in Miami. Because a lot of the Tauruses at the time were from Brazil. So this was one of their first handguns that they actually started making in the United States. And I always wanted one of these. Never came around to buying them though. When they were out still, they stopped making these in 2015, I believe, was when they stopped making these. And they have what you would call a second generation out, known as the Taurus PT-22 Poly. So it's pretty much this gun, but instead of it being old steel, it's polymer. It's a polymer frame, and it has a steel slide. They stopped making those as well, and the mags are also interchangeable between the guns. All right, now this gun features a tip-up barrel, innovative, where you don't really have to rack the slide. Because this is a blowback gun, you don't really have to rack the slide. You drop one in the chamber, you close it, and then you can pull the trigger that way. It's kind of like a semi-auto revolver. It kind of like gives you that kind of, same thing. Just like in a revolver, you drop the rounds inside the cylinder, and you just put it down. There's nothing to rack. You can kind of like, in the essence, kind of say the same thing for this. You can rack the slide. It's a little hard because it has a really, the spring is just really heavy on this gun. But you can rack it. But you see why it's better to just pop up the barrel. But yeah, it's a bitch to really rack it. I can do it. Got out the shower, so my hands are a little crazy, but yeah. Also with this gun, it has a double action only trigger. Don't like to drop fire because you're not supposed to drop fire 22. So for you new gun owners out there, you get a 22, I don't care if it's a rifle or a handgun, don't drop fire them. Don't drop fire rim-fired guns. You'll be sorry that you did it. Just put it that way. All right, so let's get into the grip. Let's talk about the grip, man, of this gun. To be such a tiny gun, man, this grip on this gun has to be one of the most comfortable grips I've ever felt on a tiny pistol like this. I mean, even you take the magazine out, it's still comfortable. But with the mag, they just did it. They just did it right, man. When the mag is in, for a gun so small, your whole hand fits comfortable, and the trigger guard doesn't dig into your finger like on Glocks, like especially on the 19. I talked about that, and this one just very, very comfortable. And the grip proportion to the slide is just a fat, wide grip, and you just get a good handle on the gun. Very good handle on it. Very comfortable, and doesn't have any grip texture. And you have different type of grips. Some of these come with pink grips, pearl grips, white grips, different type of other wood grips. There's a variation of different grips, and as well as variation in different color schemes on this pistol as well. And I don't know the finish. I guess this one stainless. I mean, a blued finish. Like I said, they come in different finishes, stainless. I believe some of them are also come parkerized as well. Now the weight on this gun is unloaded, that is. It is about 11 ounces. Okay, 12 ounces. 12 ounces unloaded. This weighs about the same. The Kel-Tec P-22 is 10 ounces loaded. So that should give you an idea how light the Kel-Tec is, why it's such a wonderful gun. This is a 22, all steel. I mean, it's going to be heavier because it's all steel, so it's 12 ounces. But it's still a wonderful, it can be a wonderful carry. But it's still amazing. The Kel-Tec, I had to throw that in there, how amazingly light that is. It had to have ammo loaded to still be lighter than a gun, 2 ounces lighter. Now, like I said, give or take, this is all metal. So, you know, it is what it is. I'm not really complaining about the weight. It's still light. You can still carry this gun. It also came in a different variant, you know, a 25 caliber PT-25. And you get an 8-round magazine in this gun. And for comparative purposes, if you're going to compare it to the Berettas only has 7-round mags, kind of similar to the PT-92 and the Beretta 92. The Beretta, it holds 15 rounds, and then Taurus holds 17 rounds. So Taurus always tried to one up, you know, give you more bang for your buck when it came to their guns, you know, besides the Beretta when it came to magazine capacity. So this is an 8-round magazine. This is the factory mag. Easy to load. You know, you can push this down. You don't really need this, but you can just load them, you know, just slide them in there without this little button here. I've seen people do that, like at the range. I've seen people with these guns that I've test fired and they load them, they do this. You can, you know, it is what it is, however you prefer to load it. All right, so let's talk about the barrel length. The barrel length on this gun. This gun, it has 2.75 inch barrel, pretty much 2-inch barrel. 2-inch barrel on this gun, and width is 1 inch, 1.1 inches in width, and 5 inches long. Okay, and the height is about 4 inches tall. The mag capacity, we're gonna talk about that again. You get, I think these came with originally 2 magazines. I'm not sure. I think it did come with 2 mags originally. Two 8-round magazines you get. They might have some aftermarkets that you can buy that had higher capacities. Not too sure. You know, I haven't looked into that yet. The trigger is 8 pounds. Okay, I'm not going to dry fire, but the trigger pull is 8-pound trigger pull. Pretty decent, considering that, like I said, this gun has an external safety, and the trigger is also a safety. Okay, so got this safety here. It's up, is safe. If you can see that, and then right there's fire. Fire is down. Up, safe. Fire is down. The red dot there. And then you have the trigger as a safety as well. Heavy triggers are always safeties, in my opinion. You really got to pull this to really fire it. Okay. Now, a lot of these guns are good for people that have issues, arthritis, have problems. There you go, rack of the slide. You can just tip up the barrel and just load one in, and then the inertia from the first round fired will cycle the other rounds through the magazine. Okay, so the sights are remarkably pretty good compared to the Beretta as well. I've seen the Beretta, I've played with a Beretta 21, and the sights are not nearly as good as the Taurus, in my opinion. So you get a pretty good sight picture on this little gun. You see the front post all black. It's raised up really high. You got the notch in the back, so very good sight picture. You can paint the front if you'd like. You paint it white, red. I'm just leaving this the way it is. You see how high the sight post is in the front. It's very profound. It's raised up. I like it. Even though this is pretty much a point and shoot gun. This is a gun where, you know, you're not really gonna be focusing on, you know, aiming through your sights, you know, behind a car or something like that. Like I said, this is a, you know, you're on me, get off me. Okay, that's what these little guns are for. Get off of me. And these are pretty much used to get you to your other bigger guns. If you know, I'm just saying, whatever situation, if you're in a situation that's like that, that is pretty much what these are. Get off me and stop you. Get away from me. All right, pull it, point, shoot, get away. I think that's what these are really designed for. All right. Now, my personal thoughts on this gun. They don't make them anymore. They discontinued. I wouldn't carry a 22 as far as self-defense wise, carrying and stuff like that, but this is a good gun to buy for older folks that just want a gun to plink with at the range, or a gun to even, you know, you can use it for self-defense if you have full faith in a 22 long rifle. As far as the ammo being finicky, I'm not talking about the stopping power, because a 22 will shoot you dead. Pretty much. It's a very deadly round, but 22s were not meant for handguns, really. They were meant for rifles. So sometimes in handguns, they can be a little picky. People have said that these had issues. I haven't fired this one yet. I'll get it out to the range to confirm how it handles. Other people have said that they've been very reliable over the years. I'd go get one. These are classics. Right now, you can find them at the pawn shops. I got this one from a pawn shop, and you can find them between 170, maybe on the higher, maybe 220 is a little high. But you know, I found this one for like 180, 175, 180. Actually, after taxes and everything, came to like 179 or something like that. You know, I've seen them higher though. And in this condition, this one seems to be in pretty good condition. Has a little bit of pitting right here. Everything on this side seems pretty good. Just have to tighten the grip. Grip is a little loose right here on this side. If I can see that. Hey, grip is a little loose. Just got to tighten it with the flathead screw right here, and then she good to go. But I like it. I love the feel of it, man. This is the best feeling handgun of this size that I've ever held. Very comfortable. The decision is yours. If you want to try one of these, you have to probably scout these at a gun show or your local pawn shop. This is the Taurus PT-22 chambered in 22 long rifle. This has been Rebel 9. I'll see y'all in the next review. I love y'all. Catch y'all later.